It is Joseph R. Wheeler the third, the artist, the founder, and the president of the ONYXCON Foundation, going all the way live again. What's happening? What's happening to my whole monetization nation? Who's the monetization nation? That's you if you've already hit that subscribe button. If you want to be a part of that, if you want to be a part of this movement, if you like this energy, if you regularly tune in, if you sometimes tune in, you definitely need to hit that button so you'll know what's popping, when it's popping, and how we getting down, okay? Hit that thing, hit the bell, be a part of history, okay? Be a part of history, your own history, my history, ONYXCON history. Yes, and I'm claiming it. I said my history because when I do this, this is my journey. This is my part of my purpose, part of my legacy. ONYXCON on YouTube is a huge part of what I'm here to share with the globe, because YouTube has shared a lot with me, and I appreciate YouTube. I really do. It's an incredible opportunity. It's an incredible opportunity. That's what it is. Pure opportunity, y'all. So I'm gonna get this thing started. Got a couple of topics I want to run by y'all, but before I get into it deep, let me make sure I let y'all know we have some new stuff that just dropped a few days ago. I want y'all to see that content. I want y'all to appreciate that content, because everything I drop, it takes work. It takes that work to edit it, to put it together, to make it presentable for y'all, to make it fun for y'all to watch it. It's a rainy day. But I did one last night, and it was about my love of fitted caps. Okay, it was one of my many. See my pins? I got pins and stuff. Get over here! All my Mortal Kombat fans, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Get over here! And this right here is just some nondescript, really cool art. It's an iron-on patch. I made this cap. I bought the cap. I put the patch on it. I do my own customs every now and then when I find iron-on patches. I love iron-ons because it gives you a chance to customize some cool stuff. This is Metroid, all my gamers that know about Metroid. I'm forgetting the name of the actual character, the lady who you play as. Damn. And I know it too. I'm just not, it's slipping my brain right now. But y'all know, if you know Metroid, if you grew up on Metroid, if you haven't played the newer Metroid games, you know. And here's another really cool patch that I found online. I customized this jacket. It's a Nike jacket. This is actually a Arizona Wildcats joint. So if you looking at that like, what? Yep, that's exactly what that is. I put the patch, bow, because I ain't from Arizona. I ain't never been to Arizona. Did know somebody from Arizona once. Ooh, did I? Yeah, she'll forever be in the annals of the greats. But but no, I wanted to. That's part of the reason I wanted to put this patch over it. It's like, mental association with things. Like you have a situation, man. You meet a lady that make a mark on your life, so to speak. Every time something that reminds you of that person that you may not want. I mean, it wasn't like a critically horrible situation, but it was one of them where you forgave, you can't forget, but you want to move on and not be thinking about stuff all the time. You want to selectively have good memories. You know what I mean? So I was like, I always said I'm gonna have to find me a patch to go on this. And when I saw this, I was like, yeah, that color, that works with the jacket, because it's got like, it's got like the vermilion, that kind of orange. It's got the blue, and then with that vermilion, and then it's actually got red in the A that was on there before I put the patch over it. So I was like, yeah, if I get that, since it's got that, and then it's got that other copper type tone that really goes with everything, and the white and black matches everything. So this is how you pull the fashion together, what I'm saying? Little tips for those who want some ONYXCON style. But yeah, so I love to customize my stuff like that if something is not exactly what I want it to be when I purchased it. And then sometimes it grows, it just happens over time, it evolves. And that's part of today's main topics is evolution, what I'm saying? When your life is evolving, and I'm a creative, so as an artist, we always juxtapose things and stack on energy from the last part, of something, add something to it later on, mix and mingle, put things. Yeah, that's what we do. 6 in the building. Why don't I see 6 thumbs up? Can y'all hear me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to see the thumbs going up so I know y'all can hear me. I gotta check my levels up in here whenever I go live, because I really sometimes don't know if the sound is right. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Put a thumbs up if you can hear me. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, today's main topic is about travel expansion, the evolution of what travel does for your mind, why that's so important to this channel, why I know we're going to be doing more of that. We've already done some amazing vlogs if you haven't seen, okay? In addition to all the other elements that we cover here at ONYXCON. And I found a brother, because, you know, when you tune in, the one great thing about an algorithm, I mean, there's parts of it I don't like, there's parts of it I do like. When you're researching and you find something that you don't necessarily want to see a lot of, you just try to, you know, I want to tap in and see what this is about and then get out. They throw you a bunch more. And you're like, I don't even want to see all this other stuff. But then when it's something you do like, that's a good feeling too, because it will try to give you more of what you do like too, when you keep looking up certain things. So I look at a lot of travel videos. I follow a lot of other channels that have travel as a focus or one of the many things they do. And, you know, being a multi-niche channel myself, it's not the one thing we do, but we damn sure do it well and we love to do it. So I found this brother. He's 37 years old. I'm gonna give him a shout out up in here too. I had to go back and remember to put his name of his channel, so he'll have it in the caption and y'all have it too, so you can look at his channel and support him, because he's doing great stuff and I like his energy. I really feel like, let me just say the name first before I go on a tangent. It's called Coop's Corner, COOPS Corner, and it's Jackson Coop, J Coop for short, he called himself. But J Coop is a cool brother, man. He's 37 years old, you know, young brother out here doing his thing. I got friends his age that I hang out with, like, and I can relate to them sometimes better than people my age. You know, I'm almost as old as hip hop, so do the math. Not quite, but almost. Like, real close. Anyway, yeah, I'm almost as old as the concept and the spirit of hip hop. You know, they say 50 years, it just celebrated 50, so put that together. You know, I'm not there, but I'm almost there. So, but I can hang out with people, you know, being around 50 or near 50 or over 50, I'd say from like 45 to 55, it puts you in a very unique bracket as a gentleman, you know. As far as dating, you know, like you can jokingly, just like girls that age, you know, younger ladies, 25 to 27, jokingly say they could date you or they could date your dad. They're not joking, because that's literally how it is. It's like they can date within their age range, or 5 years of their age range, either way, or they can go way up the scale, and I mean way up. You know, it just all depends on your health, how you treating yourself, what they're looking for, what people's preferences are, what they like, what they don't like. You know, everybody's got boundaries. But I tend to be a lot of ladies' flavor. You know what I'm saying? It's a good place to be. I mean, I enjoy that part about this stage in life. My 40's been good. You know what I'm saying? 30s was cool, but 40's been hella good, because that's when I really realized what's possible in every way. You know? And it literally is in every way. It's different. It's like when you're young, when you're in your 20s and you admire different celebrities and stuff, like me being in the film business, like you just look at some of these women and you say, man, I don't know if I'll ever meet anybody as fine as her, or ever be in the room with somebody as fine. But do you know how amazing it feels to be able to say that like 20 plus of the most finest women I've ever had crushes on, desired to ever meet, or where I've met them. Some of them I even talked to. Some of them I work with regularly, you know, being in the film business. So, you know, when you've been on set for Being Mary Jane, for example, and met, so it's not really met, like I never had a conversation with her, but I have said hi and she has said hi back, and that was enough for most folks who are fans of Gabrielle Union to lose their freaking mind, right? You know what I'm saying? But it got to the point where it's like Gabrielle was just like, you know, you humanize everybody. She's still forever gorgeous and this amazing, beautiful, talented, incredible actress. But it's my coworker. Like literally, that's how that's just a coworker. You know, it gets to that point. You know, if you're tired on set, you're just tired. Like, I mean, you don't think you'd ever want to sleep when you're on set and have the chance to see Gabrielle Union again. But I find myself, oh, they're not rolling yet? Okay, hold on, I gotta get this nap. Oh shit. God damn. Oh, I'm so tired. Wake up. Oh, there's Gabby. And it is a big deal, but it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? I done lived that. I done lived that. You know? Been in the room with all kind of legendary, gorgeous women, all that. But you know, so I'm saying, like, it's a different place in life when you get around the what seems like the impossible, and you realize nothing's impossible. It's just proximity and circumstance. You got, first of all, you got to be worthy of circumstance. You ain't gonna be invited to the room if you don't have the talent, the skills, the wherewithal, the discipline, the poise, the candor, the respect. We talk about it every time I go live. I'm gonna say it again. It doesn't go money, power, respect. That's backwards. That's backwards. The proper order of things in life will always and have always been respect first, then power. And even before money, just say capital and resources. People invented money because, you know, they wanted to have a certain type of commerce that created the economies of the world. But there was a time even before money, and it was really all about your word, your honor, which all links back to respect. It ain't going nowhere. It's still what runs everything. I don't care what they told you. Now, here's what I will say about the new world. The new world after money got invented. Greed and greedy mind state and corruption and all of that, it did take over. It did become a general way of power and governance and royalty, and that's how they did their thing. And that's why systems are what they are, and there remains so much corruption and so much lack of, the gatekeeping culture, all of that came out of that. So for those who wish to completely submit, because there's none of us who can escape it, but those who wish to completely submit to that mind state, yeah, you can get rich and dance with the devil, so to speak. I'm not religious when I say this. I'm being symbolic. So take what you want with the word devil, because I could even go into that and break down how that's not even originally tied to anything evil. But that's a whole nother topic, because y'all not really ready for the origin of demon, and all of that. Y'all ain't ready. If you ready, hit the comments. Let me know you ready, and I'll go that deep another time, but not today, right? Because I know how simple some people can be. And like I say, speaking of the masses, most people are followers. Most people they just led like sheep. They want to be in the flock. They don't even want to go outside. They want to act like a wolf, know they a damn sheep, and don't ever want to go outside the flock. They don't want to try. But for the elite few who understand the levels I'm talking about, this is the channel for you. And that's what I felt like when I found this young brother's channel. I felt like I'm finding another member of my tribe. I hope he hollers back, because I sent a comment and said, yo, man, I want to let you know, salute, brother. You doing it big, and I like everything you had to say, and I relate to everything you had to say. You know, I've learned at this stage in life, thinking back about other times and different communities I'm a part of, those communities are tribes, so to speak. You create your tribes, and you have to have your tribes to survive when you're different, when you're out the box, when you're not the flock. You've got to do that, because there are going to be parts of your life that, yes, it's familiar. Yo, this dude, he likes, I like fitted caps. I'm a part of hip hop. I even just like it. It's cultures, plural. Over here, we don't say for the culture. We say for the cultures. See, we do our own thing with everything, man. ONYXCON. It's a lifestyle, right? But those who feel me gonna feel me, because like I say, everybody don't do what everybody does. That's why I say for the cultures. If you say for the culture, people automatically say, oh, okay, you cool. Here, man, here, have some of this. I don't smoke, man. What the hell you had now? There's another brother. I wish I knew his name right off the top. I would give him a shout out too, because it's the first time I ever watched his channel. I followed him also. But he got a travel-based channel, and he's going around South Africa. Ironically, this other brother's in South Africa right now, or I think that's his main place of operation. I think that's where he moved to primarily. He still goes back and forth to America. You living the dream, man. You're doing the expat dream. You know, it ain't a dream for everybody, but it's a dream for me and others. I want it. I want it bad. I'm going to get it too, because when I want something in my life, need something, not even just want. When I need something in my life, it's going to happen. It's always been that way, and I know I'm going to figure that out. I'm figuring it out, Y'all are a part of us figuring that out. And I say us because ONYXCON as a whole, including you, can be a part of that glory when it does finally happen. We have what we call the ONYXCON Travel Club, okay? I'm gonna get back to that. So I was saying this other brother's channel, he was in South Africa, and he was going through a colored community. If you know what they call colored, people like myself would be considered colored in South Africa. Anybody who has a mixed, you know, you're still African, but you got the mix to you, you know, probably European in you. Some Asian is what they usually have. African, Asian, and European is typically the mix. Everybody's favorite cutie, Tyler. Some folk in America, black Americans, got mad at her for saying she's not outright black. She says I'm colored. They just don't understand the culture. Everybody got their own words. Like, I stopped being, when I was young and a little bit more flock-minded, I would get offended by stuff like that. I'd be like, man, what the hell, they don't want to be black? See, that's the problem. We don't want to be black. We're black. We just need to be black. If we black, we black. We black. All right, blickety black, black, black. And we African. We all African. We all black. It's like, well, yes, but no. What's the yes? The yes is yes. Every human being that was ever on this planet is the result of the evolution of all humanity out of Africa. Period. That's a fact forever and a day. Black scientists, African scientists, European scientists, white scientists, Asian scientists, anybody who's an archaeologist, anybody who studies actual genes and genealogy will tell you that fact. It's not even something to be debated. It's scientific. If you don't trust science, then, you know, that's a whole nother argument. But I laugh when people, you know, I don't believe. Well, belief is, you don't have to have, belief is having faith in something without any proof. You just have full, I just believe. That's why I'm not religious, because I refuse to just believe in things that don't have facts. When I know facts about why they even exist. Like, I know why certain religions even exist and their structure. And then I've actually been with people versus sitting around talking about, you know how those people do. No, I go and talk to those people to ask them what they actually think. I go to the country where it originated from, or at least meet somebody from there and get what they have to say about it. Because I would trust, I mean, wouldn't that make sense? Can't nobody who ain't from Atlanta, Georgia tell me about Atlanta, Georgia. You know, I mean, not on no heavy level. They can research and know a little bit, just like I research and know a little bit, and I might know some stuff. But they better come humble and ask, like, is that true about Atlanta, Georgia? And if it is, I'll be like, yeah. If it's not, I'll be like, no, that's bullshit. You know, it's like, the only real authorities are the folks who live it. You know, that's with anything. That is with anything. And I just happen to be a person who loves factual information. It's the most delectable meal the mind can eat. And I must, you know, I just love that. I love that. I'm a true intellectual about my shish. I like to know things. Not assume, not guess, not wonder if that's fact. I like to know it's fact. So anyway, yeah, these young brothers that I came across, it made me feel, I felt like the universe is opening up some lanes that I needed to see. I needed to get that reassurance that you're not alone. Sometimes you feel alone a little bit. I mean, I got other people I admire who I follow here who are doing it the way I do it and on the level of how I go. But even them, you know, there's stuff that we would, you know, like I say, that's why I say for the cultures, because there would be, like, some of my favorite people who are YouTubers, we could hang out, but there would be limitations to that, like, and that's only natural. People gonna have boundaries. That's respectfully expected, you know? So, like, you know, a lot of the guys that I've been following, a lot of them, they like to drink alcoholic beverages. That's their thing. They like to get that drink. Boy, they gonna have that every episode, they going to get a drink. That's gonna be an act. That's as big of an activity as cliff jumping, a nice hike, going to see archaeological artifacts, and getting that drink is just as important to them. For me, that would be omitted in a video, or if it was shown, I'd show it just because I know how many people, I know how I am the minority, and if people are curious, well, there you go, here's your drinks. Like when I was in Mexico, I went in a place and they had a wall full of tequila, just a wall full of all these brands of tequila. I said, well, all you drinkers, here you go, right here, they got you covered. You know, I just did that just for y'all who on that lick. Y'all got to get that sauce. That's all y'all know. I showed that for them, but then it didn't take up less. It took up probably less than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? We on to something else more interesting from my perspective and from the kind of audience I want to build. Because it's not the people who do drink won't look. Of course they're gonna, there's other stuff they do, so they're gonna see something here they like. They're gonna watch something I did, but I don't expect them to, if they're serious about that part of their life, like they don't even want to watch people who are sober. They just want to watch people who have drunk through every episode. And there's channels like that. There's folk who, man, that's all they do. They hit the club. And some of those people, I still follow them because the content can be fun, but it will at a certain point bore the hell out of me because I'm be like, all right. I might, if I'm completely new to it and they got a lot of just a real good flavor about how they talk to people, and especially if it's a brother who know how to move amongst the pretty ladies. Oh, yo, I relate to that. So let me see how he flirting and how he getting down and how these ladies responding to him. And that's a good thing to see. I'm looking strictly for that. I'm getting eye candy from the women. It does something for me. But over a course of months, man, I might still remain a subscriber, but I ain't gonna be checking when you post a new one. Every time that bell ring, I'm like, yeah, whatever, that ain't. But somebody like these cats that I just found, man, I'm gonna be looking at everything they put out because we on the same mental frequency. They not smoking and drinking. They not hitting the club hard. They don't care about all that. They young and don't care. I'm impressed, man. I'm like, wow, I'd almost given up on anybody younger than 40 to be on that. Because like everybody you see, that's what they all talking about. So to see somebody who ain't on that, I was like, man, these cats are, man, much respect. Much respect. Total respect. And then the one guy, Coop, his channel, he's being motivational. And I love that. He's encouraging anybody. I felt motivated. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no age difference in motivation. It was inspiration, man. This brother said he used to work in corporate. He did it for years. He was miserable. He said, yo, if I didn't get out of America, there was two things going to happen. Either I'm going to die or I'm going to just be so depressed all the time. There's no two ways about it. It's either that or the other. So I had to go. I said, boy, do I understand what he's talking about. Now, I'm beyond depressed. I've had other points in life where I got depressed, and I just refused to go back to depression. My ability to travel at least once a year has been sustaining me. It really has. It's been reminding me that is where I need to be, somewhere else. But it's also reminded me how tough it is to get there, the challenges that do exist in the process, and that no matter what, it's still worth it. It's definitely still worth it. No matter what the challenge is, it is definitely still worth it. So for me, listening to this young brother talk about what he went through, and he said everything right. He said, yo, if you're trying to plan your escape, if you're trying to get out and it seems impossible, take your time. He's like, take baby steps. That's what he said he's doing. I said, this brother is just on point, man. And the first video I ever saw, first time I ever saw him come across my screen, was him in Zanzibar, Tanzania. Zanzibar, Tanzania. East Africa, off the coast of Tanzania. I always mix up. Sometimes I've confused. I know just about all of the countries of Africa, of the continent. I can almost name all of them. I would probably miss 5, maybe 10. There's 54 countries. I can do it. I can do it. But you don't believe me? Don't get me started. I can hear you saying, do it, then do it. You really want me to go? You want me to do that? We'll start with Tanzania, which Zanzibar is right off the coast. It's an island, which it confuses me sometimes because it sounds so official. Zanzibar sounds like its own country. So for a long time in my mind, I made it a country, not realizing it was, an island part of a country. But freaking gorgeous. Right on tune with any Caribbean island. The beaches, white sand, the clear aqua-colored water, all that. And the fishing, oh my gosh. It's a mandatory, you understand me? Mandatory in a lifetime for me. As an angler, hardcore outdoorsman. I'm going to Zanzibar. I am going. And I'm going to go to Tanzania. By way of Kenya, more than likely. That's a plan. That is a definite plan. because the land is beautiful, the people are beautiful. I've heard the food is great. What more can you ask for? Everything I need is right there in the first part of that sentence. I could keep going, but you know. Some of y'all still want me to name all them countries. All right, we're going to start with Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda, South Africa, Namibia, Chad, I'm bouncing around, Niger, Egypt, or Kemet, Libya, Angola, Ghana, Togo. Did I say Nigeria? Nigeria, Guinea-Bissau, Senegal, Equatorial Guinea. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Oh, what am I doing? Democratic Republic of Congo. Gotta do Congo. Wow. Where am I at? I'm at about, what did I do? That's about 17 countries. Yeah. Ethiopia, Sudan, North and South Sudan. Ooh. All right. There it is. It's 20. At least 20. I may have said more than that. What else? Oh man, let me get it. Uganda. Come on, what am I doing? Uganda. Because I've talked to some ladies in Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda. You talking about fine? Holy, what the hell? Something about that, man. That Central, Eastern, and South. What? Oh my gosh. Swaziland. Oh man. Yo. Côte d'Ivoire. What did I not say that first for? I even know somebody from there. A couple of people. Côte d'Ivoire. Okay. Ivory Coast. That's what I'm saying. Oh, wow. Gambia. Senegal, I got to do the sandwich. Gambia. What? Come on, man. Come on, stop playing with me. I do this. Stop playing with me. Oh, man. Tunisia. A night in Tunisia. Right? Morocco. What? Morocco. Gotta go there, too. Gotta go there. Absolutely gotta go there. I said Libya. I think I said Libya, didn't I? If I didn't, there you go. But anyway, y'all feel me. Yep. Yo. Oh, I gotta say, I'm talking about you know what, I gotta add in, I can't be slipping on some of these countries. I said Ethiopia, I'm sure. I'm more than sure that I said, oh no, I didn't. Djibouti, Somalia. Come on, gotta cover the horn. Gotta cover the horn of Africa. I said North and South Sudan. Yo, I'm telling you, man, I know my places, yo. That's all I'm really trying to say here. I just want y'all to understand. I'm not one of these folk who don't know. I'm not one of these folk who couldn't point. Even if you gave me the blank shapes and the whole continent and said point to where Nigeria is, oh, I'm gonna get that one right. Point to where Ghana is, I might mess that up, but I'm gonna be in the right area because it's so close to Togo and the others right there in that little cluster. I might hit the wrong one, but I'm gonna be right in the area. You know, if I get points for being in the area, I'm gonna always be on point. I'm gonna always know east, north, south, west. I guarantee that part. I might be a little off on some of the countries, but the bigger ones I'm gonna always get because I know the shapes. More or less, I know the shapes. So I'm serious about this thing, and I'm serious about other parts of the world too that I want to visit. You know, I'm the same way about South America. I pretty much know all of the countries. You know, it's a little easier there because Brazil is so big; it take up the whole. It's the biggest pork of the pork chop. So you know, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Colombia, Ecuador. What? I'm trying to go all these places, man. I'm trying to go all of these places. You know, Asia, let's go. India's still on the map. That's gonna have to. I'm gonna need a serious guide when I go to India though, because I done heard too many crazy stories about the congestion and it's a lot. It's a lot. You need a guy. You need somebody who knows where you at. He can take you around, make sure you don't get shysted too much and taken advantage of too much. And that's anywhere, I mean, quite frankly, but or anywhere that's more intense and more congested. The more congested, more intense, the more you need, you know, not necessarily a bodyguard, but a mental guard, somebody who knows the plane and know how to get you in and out safely. Be like, nah, let's not go down there. Let's go this way. Let's not. Just like if I'll tell people that about coming to America. Shit, if you come to Atlanta, yeah, you be all right in most places, but don't be going all around acting like anywhere is everywhere. No. You need somebody to show you where to be and where not to be. And that damn near is the truth for even somebody from here. As much as it changes so quick. It's growing so fast. It's like I go back to an area after a few months and they done built some new stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? What is this? It's like that. It's like that for real. So nah, you know. But the bottom line of what I was gonna share about all of this when I was talking about the travel part and being an expat and everything, it's a passion of mine. It's been a passion of mine, quite frankly, since the you know, emotional health crisis we all went through. That was when I pretty much made the decision. I said, I'm gonna travel at least one place, one passport stamp for the rest of my life as long as I'm able. For any part of the rest of my life, as long as I'm able, I got to go. That's a personal promise. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Because I started seeing myself getting older and I realized, man, when that health crisis happened, I said, man, I am not going to die and didn't do all of the stuff that I've been talking about my whole life. Been talking about Africa my whole life. Been talking about South America my whole life. Been talking about parts of the Caribbean and I ain't been these places. What the hell? How can I justify that to myself? Just to me, ain't got nothing. You got to be like that in life. People say that's you selfish. No. You be self-full, not selfless. Not selfless. Self-full, not selfish. Self-full, full of self to know self well enough to know self needs this. So I got to go. I got to go. And I'm gonna go. I've been going ever since I made that promise. When you make a promise that big to the universe, it just keeps making a way for you. That's what I figured out. It'd be seeming impossible. You know, last year, it almost seemed impossible. Every year it's always been a challenge. Malaysia was a challenge that first year, which is just every time I say it out loud, I'm like, man, that's Malaysia. Not Mexico. Not any other place with an M in this hemisphere. Wrap the globe all the way on the other side. A whole 24 hours difference. Blew my mind. I still got to go again. But I got to get prepared for that. I always say I want to do Australia. I got a friend there. I always mention I got his homie there. Shout out my man, Freddie Lee Jones III, filmmaker. Extraordinaire. Good friend, man. Real good people. And he's been there. He moved out there with his family. He's still holding it down. Saw him online the other day. He had posted up he was on a film project. I was proud to see my brother staying on set because it's hard to be that. It's hard for that here in America. And to know somebody getting it on the other side of the globe, that's what time it is. It's just figure out a way to stick with these passions we have, these goals we have, you know. And yeah, I want to go out there and visit Brisbane. He's in Brisbane, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I got a guide. So it's like, yo, we hit the streets like, man, yo, where them honeys at, man? Let's go where they might be drinking, but they ain't only drinking. They actually focused enough to, they ain't trying to get sloppy drunk. They just want to have a good time, you know, because I ain't a drunk and I ain't no drinker. So I need the ladies that's going to be more sober, right? But anyway, like, yeah, he out that way. And I'm like, yeah, I want to make that trip. I want to try it. But I know when I do, just like it exhausted me to go to my Malaysia, it's going to be more because it's even further away. It's like Malaysia, down the archipelago of Indonesia and all of that. And then Australia. God dang, oh my God. Oh, you talking about tired. But that's when I learned the secret. You got to get the funds to take a pit stop. Whenever you do that layover, that's another trip. That's another country. That's another passport stamp. Figure out the visa if necessary. Wherever you land elsewhere, try that too. And For me, it was Istanbul, Turkey. And I saw something recently that made me laugh about a brother who was talking about his experience in Turkey. Yeah, yeah, I was saying I just saw a video where a brother was talking about his experience in Turkey, and it wasn't good. There's another young brother, one of the ones that I started following, is doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And he was interviewing Austin Hollerman, who I do check in and check out his content from time to time. Austin's a trip. He done got famous. I mean, he's internet famous. He's definitely a name. And with all the, the right packaging for what works, you know what I mean? He's a handsome young gentleman, so I know that's gonna work for the ladies. I relate because I'm that handsome silver fox guy, so I know how it works for me. But he in his 20s with it, you know what I mean? So he killing the game, and he be in the gym and he show his workouts and all that. So he got that side of himself. He talk a lot of shish, but he's smart and he not no dummy. He cuss a little. He got a little mouth on him or whatever. He a little bit cocky, but it's understandable. At his age, for what he's accomplished, I understand why he is who he is. He gonna be all right. He's already cool, but he gonna be all right in terms of growing into himself and his fame. And I think he'll get more and more refined and mature about everything the older he gets. He's gonna get more seasoned, and that's just what happens if you live long enough. And he was interviewed by this other cat that I'm talking about, this young brother. They both about the same age, 20. I don't give either one of them 30 yet. They might be in their mid-20s, mid to late 20s. Neither one of them older than 29 probably, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even think Austin is that. Austin might be like 27 or something. I don't know what he is, but yeah, he do his thing. He created a lot of controversy years ago, and that's what I think made him go viral. Is he got that attention from just outright saying, he ain't never gonna date again in America. American women suck and something. I mean, this isn't an exact quote. You can look him up saying what he say, but he be going in on them. And unfortunately, some of this stuff is just straight up true. I mean, I relate. Like, yo, you get fed up, man. You get to the point you're like, you know what? I don't even date in America no more. Like, I'm about the same way. I'm not saying I won't, because I will if the opportunity arises. But when I go into it, I go into it automatically with trepidation. Like, yeah, all right, we'll see how this goes. I ain't expecting much of nothing. I mean, if I can just have a couple of laughs with you, take you out and have some good memories, then we did good, goddamn. If we make it a month, we did all right. That's about that's how it is now. It's just that sad. And you don't barely, it's hard enough just to even get the first contact, the first actual dates, a real situation. Not know somebody trying to just goose you for money and ghost you and stuff. Like, no, you actually went out, affordable date. She ain't tripping if you took her somewhere that's just affordable, because we trying to get to know each other, not the damn wallet. You trying to get to know me. So he talks from that perspective on the young side, and I talk from it from an older side. So it's like everybody's catching hell across the board. It is universal at this point. And they were talking about that in the interview. And they were also talking about the struggles they go through when you're abroad. And they was also, and I agree with them saying, you still gonna run into even some issues abroad. It's not perfect, but it's better. And I know what they mean. And that's what I always say. I say, yo, I'm gonna be honest. It depends on what you want. Some people ain't built for travel. Some people could care less. Some people are very homely, only respect and understand what they're used to. They're just creatures of habit. I'm not that. Once you realize you're not that, this conversation is for you. You got to get out. You got to get out the matrix. You got to get out the bubble, so to speak. You got to get out. You got to unplug and get into the rest of the world and realize there is a whole world that you've been living on, not just America. So they talk from that perspective, and he was the youngest one, or I say youngest, I don't know who's youngest. The one who is younger to my mind in the sense that I'm new to him, but I knew who Austin was asking him, was telling him about him being in Turkey. And he said, man, Turkey was like not good to me. And then I saw another video where he was just talking about why he didn't like Turkey. And he was in Istanbul, so I've been in the airport at least for a whole day. And just from that vibe, I kind of knew what he meant. I mean, that's hard to I'm not making a full understanding of a cold country from a day in an airport. But I was there. It was Istanbul, and everybody who was working behind counters and stores and everything were Turkish. So some of the stuff he explained, all I could do was laugh and be like, "Yep, I know what you mean." Like he said, he experienced a little bit of what he would consider racism, and I experienced. And from his perspective, it was like he went to a club. He said, "Man, he felt kind of scared to show up with this. He was with a Turkish girl, pretty girl. All the dudes looking grilling him like they want to kill him because it's like, what are you doing with this black dude kind of attitude?" I'm like, God damn. But I could see how that could happen. Like in my experience, just in the airport, like if I came across some pretty girls at a counter or whatever, I talked to them. I might be a little flirty to see if they warm up to that. They'd always laugh. They'd be flattered. They could tell I'm messing with them a little bit. But there was kind of a like, it was two things. There was I'm at work now, and you don't know if it's more that than it is just not interested because, you know, might be the age difference because I would be, you typically be a little young, fine things, 20 somethings or whatever, which, like I say, is never usually a problem at all. But I get the thing that there could be a little whatever about it too, and you felt that in the air sometimes. Not always. There was other conversations I had that were very fun and open and all that good stuff. But then I also got with those, you're cool, but I'm at work, like that kind of thing. Like you knew if you got the number, they may or may not follow up later because they're just so at work. They just exhausted. They don't really make time for nothing. And on top of it, they really focused on just where they at, their own little circle of people where, right there in Istanbul, they ain't really checking for no foreigners. Some women be on that, and that's cool. I respect it. You can expect that more anywhere, that most people are going to just want to deal with what they got going on local. They ain't checking for you. But when you find one that is feeling you, oh, what a feeling. That's a great thing, you know. But I also experienced where like people kind of treat you like they don't expect you to ask a lot of questions. Whenever I would ask questions about things, simple shit. I mean, I'm talking about you ordering a burger and you just want to know, well, I guess that's not as simple for some people because I get the same mess here in America with that when I ask. I don't eat every oil. I don't mess with canola oil. It's the devil. So I will ask, do you know what kind of oil y'all cook with? And everybody always gets kind of like, what? Like, no one ever cares. I was like, well, I'm that guy. I got to. I ain't worried about nobody else's body. I'm only with my body. I got to find out what's going to work for me because I'm not eating it otherwise. I'm ready to spend some money. Can you check on that? And they would check and they come back and they laugh and they'd be like, oh, it's such and such. I'd be like, all right, cool. All right, I can work with that. Something I may not still like to eat, but I can eat. Okay, let's get it over with. And plus you're starving, you're in the airport and you're almost trapped. So you got to do something. Then I had a situation where I was a museum inside there. There's a huge, when I say this thing is a mall, Istanbul's airport is a freaking mall. And they have an art museum in it that has actual pieces, small collection of artifacts from temples and things across Turkey, in addition to a film that you can watch about the history of Turkey. And it only shows at certain times and all this kind of thing. And then it costs money to get in. It's an admission. But I thought, yes, in the airport, like in Atlanta, we got art exhibitions that you can they're part of like when you're moving down the I forget what they call that belt, the rapid belt that you can walk on and it speeds you along, those things. We got those, and then you got the train. If you're on the train, you don't see them, but if you take that belt, you go through like 3 different exhibitions on the walls and in the middle if you want to walk around them of sculptures and stuff. It's absolutely wonderful, right? So I'm a little spoiled from being able to see all that and know that you could do that for free, and it's cool that you could do that while you're waiting on a flight if you want or whatever. Shit, man. I walked up to that counter and I never get I was a guy and a woman, and I said, this is an exhibition? I said, is it cool to just, they was like, it's, he laughed at me like, silliness. You think something's free. I was like, I'll never forget that laugh. It was the arrogance of his laugh that annoyed the shit out of me. I was like, oh, okay. It was kind of like, you silly American, are you crazy? Nothing is free. Kind of that attitude. But on top of it, like, didn't really want to answer my question to begin with. Just kind of like, just pay the money and go on in. Like, we were talking and we don't want to do our job. We don't want to stop and acknowledge a customer walking up to the counter. It had that energy to it. And it also had, like I say, a little bit of, man, can't never necessarily say it was racism, but it was almost surprised that I, being who I am, it would even notice this or want to see it. Like, wow, you're a different one. Like, usually y'all just, wait on your flight, eat something, and get up out of here. We don't never see y'all over here checking out the art or whatever. Maybe it's all in my mind. Like, sometimes you make this stuff up in your head. I can admit that. I know it happens. But I read a lot into things if I feel an energy. And the worst part is when you find out you didn't even read enough into it, because if you stick around long enough, you hear something or you see something happen, and you're like, oh, it's worse than I thought. Like, but maybe it wasn't. But I was annoyed with that, and I went on back to, milling around the airport and doing whatever else I had. I swear I visited certain stores 3-4 times and got to the point where I laugh when I walk in, like, it's me again. I'm literally just doing laps waiting on a flight, trying to keep my legs moving. And they would just laugh, and be like, it's okay, sir, whatever. Like, we used to it. We know that's how some people going to be in the airport. And I was like, all right, well, I'm glad you ain't treating me like I'm the thief that's trying to case the place and shit. I don't, like, anybody that damn stupid need to be arrested. You gonna try and rob something? You trapped in the airport? Like, you gotta go through security and everything? They got cameras everywhere? Like, you that stupid? Like, no, I'm not that guy anyway. But, so but I got a feeling when I was there, like, people didn't want to be bothered with you as much. Like, you try and strike up a conversation with people, they would almost just kind of like immediately blow you, like laughingly blow you off, like, wow, he's talking to me. And I didn't like that energy. So that made me feel like, would it be like that in the town? I don't know. I got a homie who went there, and he said he loved it. So everybody's experience can be different. I've learned that not to, I still will go there eventually. I will experience it, but if so, it'd probably be like 2 to 3 days max. And if I have an amazing time, meet the finest woman in my life, and she's amazing, okay, that could change everything. But I'll say this too about the women that I realized. From just being online and on searching on apps that have Turkey as an available place you can look, man, Istanbul, everybody smokes. Them women smoke like, I've never seen smoker in so many profiles for women that are supposed to be just like, you're looking at these women saying, man, and I say for women saying, I ain't looking the other way, but I mean, I know that a lot of men smoke harder than women typically. So I'm surprised when I see women smoker. I was like, God dang. And I asked one time, I said, you're gorgeous. I said, first of all, I can't even believe you're smoking. Your teeth are so white and pretty. I said, why are you smoking, ruining your looks? You're going to deteriorate if you're seriously smoking. She's like, I just do it every now and then. But yes, I do like cigarettes. I said, damn, baby. Because she liked me back, and we was talking for a minute. I said, I'll be real with you. If you could drop that, I'd be on a plane tomorrow. I'm talking my shit. I ain't about to go nowhere. But I'm like, yo, I'd be ready to see you ASAP. And she just giggled like, yo, flattery, thank you. But no, and in so many words, like, but I'm not going to stop. And I said, well, let me ask you, how big is it there for smoking? She's like, everybody, like, most people here smoke. And a lot of women do smoke. I said, fact taken. No, notation, thank you. So that made it even, that took another, that depleted the bar a little bit more. Like, yeah, I don't know about this place. I ain't checking for no place where all the women smoking and stuff, so. Anyway, if you've been there, if you've been to Istanbul, Turkey, tell me what your experience was. Tell me places you'd like to go. And most importantly, stay on the path to living your best life, because it's possible if part of it is going to be an expat experience. Go for it and support this channel. Hit that subscribe button right now, because literally that and you watching this is part of how I'm going to get there and give y'all that content. Appreciate you, y'all. Peace.